Okay, so there is a power loss, that's why we disconnected. And coming to the topic, optics. So what we are discussing in optics, just we are studying about the light and its properties. So the properties of light is what? Reflection, refraction, diffraction, interference and polarization. So these 5 properties we are studying in these 2 chapters. Okay, what we are discussing in the ray optics, what we are discussing in the wave optics, that is the next chapter, we will discuss briefly later. First we will study about light first. Okay, what is optics? Study about light and its properties. Study about the light and its properties, the 5 properties. Study light and properties. Next, coming to what is light? Okay. As we know that electromagnetic spectra. Okay, so electromagnetic spectra consists of different radiation. That is, if you start from gamma radiation to radio waves, gamma rays, X-rays, UV light, visible light, infrared, microwaves, and radio waves. So these radiation have particular range. So for example, if you take the gamma rays has particular range, that is a wavelength is very if you come into wavelength is very small, but frequency is more. Frequency in the order of 10 to the power 23 Hz and wavelength in the order of 0.1 angstrom. So gamma rays. But coming to the last, that is radio waves, gammas, X-ray, UV, visible, infrared. So and next coming to radio waves. So this has less frequency but more wavelength. It's about some 1 kilometer also. Okay, so this is a range. In that, what we call light, only visible light. So that visible light has a range. It's about, you know, that 400 nanometer to 700 nanometer. In some books they will mention that 382 and 720 something they mention. But on an average, so 400 nanometer to 700 nanometer. Otherwise, 4000 angstroms to 7000 angstrom is the visible light. What we can see. Okay. What light do here? So when we are seeing the object, because of light. Without light, we can't identify any object. So during the night time or any dark place, we can't identify the object. Why? Because there is no light. Okay. So that is light gives a sensation in our eye. Okay. Sensation that makes the optic or object to visible. Make the object to visible. Okay. What happens when the light incident on the object? Okay. So that light will reflect and it is passing through our eyeball and instant on retina. That way retina capture it and it sends the signals to brain. So we can easily identify the color and the shape of the object and everything. So that is light. What light gives here? So light that is makes the objects visible. Okay. So as we know that light is an electromagnetic wave because it is a part of electromagnetic spectrum. So the range is about 400 nanometer to 700 nanometer. Okay, and so when light passing through the vacuum. So the speed is about 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second, that we know. But when the same light enters into the other medium other than vacuum, what happens? So there are some few properties, that is few parameters of light will change. So that parameters, what is that? Wavelength may change, velocity will change, but few cases frequency does not change. If frequency changes, that is sensation will change, so it may change the color. Okay, so that's why remember that when light is passing through the vacuum, it's about 3 to 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. Okay, so there is no change of any parameter, but when it enters into the other medium, so the parameters like wavelength and speed may change. Okay, so again it's depend upon the medium what we are taking. Okay, let's coming to the point. So this is a complete, and light is electromagnetic. This is a range that way. Now, so that is to study about the optics. First we require one source, that is light. Okay. Now coming to distinguishing of optics. How? We are saying that optics is study about the light, but there is a 5 properties. Okay. So reflection, refraction, and some other 3 properties. Here optics are distinguished between two categories. Okay, as two categories. One is geometrical optics, one is physical optics. Okay, why? How we can distinguish it? On what base it distinguished? Okay, we'll discuss. Okay, generally light has dual nature that we know, particle nature and wave nature. Okay, particle and wave nature. So it's electromagnetic. There are a number of theorems: Newton corpuscle theory, Huygens wave theory, and Maxwell electromagnetic theory, quantum theory. So these are the light theorems that we will discuss in next chapter. So here we are not just discussing that theorems, just we are discussing about how optics are distinguished. So there is one condition. Okay, there is one condition. What is that condition? Okay, light, we are using light. So light has one parameter that we call as wavelength. Okay. If that wavelength is in order of almost it is 10 to the power of minus 9 or 10 to the power of minus 10 or something, okay, in the nanometers or angstroms. So that is very small, 10 to the power of minus 10 meters, meters nothing but angstrom. That is how much of small when you compare with our general objects. Okay. Then if the condition right here, lambda, let us assume that lambda is the wavelength of light. Okay. And if the wavelength of the light, okay, is very small, less than, okay, so I am taking the 2 times here. So lambda is very less than B. Here I am taking the 1 point, that is a symbol B. B is what? Size of the obstacles. Obstacle is nothing but objects. You will take the human bodies or board or any chalk, any objects, okay, which have a particular size. So B is the size of the obstacle or object. Okay. Lambda is the wavelength of the light, which is instant on the object or obstacle. Okay. If this condition satisfies, that is, the size of the object or size of the obstacle is very large compared to wavelength, because wavelength range is what, see, 10 to the power of minus 9 meters something it is. Okay. Minus 9, 10 to the power of minus 9. I am taking that it's a 2 centimeters object, otherwise 3 centimeters object. When you compare with the wavelength, that is 10 to the power of minus 10 meters, 2 centimeters is very large. Okay, so in that case, we will observe the particle nature of light. That means light will act here as a particles. Okay, when it incident and reflects and refracts something. Okay, so if this condition satisfies, what is the condition? The wavelength of the instant light is very less than of size of the object or obstacle. So then we will see the particle nature of the light. So in that particle nature, okay, so we will study about the ray optics. So that means the particles are moving in a straight line like a race. Okay, light ray. Okay, so we will see the ray optics, and it's also called geometric optics. Geometrical optics. In other words, ray optics also called geometrical optics. Got it now? This is the condition for the ray optics. What is that? The wavelength of the instant light is very small compared to size of the obstacle. If this condition satisfies, we will call that optics we call as ray optics or geometric optics. If this condition fails, that is, wavelength is not greater than, okay, it is comparable. And what I am saying, very less than. It is less than only, but when it is comparable, okay, like small hole. Okay, if you take the small hole of 1 millimeter, okay, when you compare to centimeter, millimeter is 10 times less. Okay, small holes, that is, if this condition fails, that is, wavelength is not so much less than an obstacle. Less than only, but not so much. So very small here. But when the condition is satisfies, then we call it ray optics. Otherwise, we will call it as wave optics. Wave optics, also called physical optics. Another name, physical optics. What do you know? So this is the distinction of optics. The condition for optics distinction, wavelength of light, incident light is very less than of size of the obstacle. Then we will discuss about or we'll study about the optics. So which shows the particle nature of light. Here we will see the particle nature of light, and here we will see the wave nature of light. Understand? This is okay. This is a condition. Please make a note of the study of the about light and definition. Light property is not necessary, but you should have idea about it. So optic distinguishing on what basis? This is a condition. Okay. And if this condition is not satisfied, it we call as wave optics. In ray optics, we are studying about the particle nature. So what particle nature, what is particle nature, we will see. Okay, and in wave optics we will see the wave nature. As we know that, so these are 5 properties: reflection, refraction, and remaining 3: interference, diffraction, polarization. In reflection, refraction, only the particles, okay, let us assume that from some bulk of balls, okay, when you throw the balls towards the wall in a straight line, okay, just assume that these are particles, okay, moving towards the wall, and when hit the wall it rebounds to another direction. That is like reflection. The particle incident on the surface and reflect back. Okay, so this is what, like just like a reflection. Okay, this is if you throw the ball in a water, just assume the group of balls which are moving in a straight line. Okay, so that we assume with the particles of light. Okay, the balls are moving. When the balls hit the surface of water, what happens? It enters into the water, but with less speed. Okay, that is velocity is changing, and the direction also sometimes will change. So that is a simple example. Throwing the ball towards the rigid wall, that is a small example of light reflection. And throwing the ball into the water or swimming pools, so that is it enters into another medium with a different speed. That is an example of refraction. Okay, that remember it. So that is in ray optics we will see about discuss about the particle natures. So remaining we will discuss about later. Just remember it. This is a condition. In this total chapter, the obstacle size is very large compared to where we are studying about ray optics. Okay, let's see. Now enter the topic. Ray optics. As I said, we will see the only particle nature of light. Okay, that is in this chapter we are going to discuss about reflection and refraction of light. These 2 properties we are discussing. Okay, because only reflection in particle waves also reflect and refract, but according to Newton-Korpuscle theory, okay, we see that he showed that you only expand so that is light is a group of particles. Okay, the velocity of the particles are more in denser medium and less in their medium. So there is some statements given by Newton, but so that few are wrong. That is few are wrong statement. That is again this is verified by Huygens. Okay, so here we will see only reflection and refraction. Okay, we'll start with a few basic terms. Okay, what is reflection? So during the reflection of light, what points we should observe? Okay, so we'll start. The first part of this chapter, reflection. Reflection of light, visible light. What we are saying? See here, this one. Okay. Light reflecting from which surface? Definitely it will be reflecting surface, just like mirror or any silver coated objects. Okay, so I am taking here plane surface now. Plane surface. So I am mentioning like this. This is what coated at one side. So this is what reflecting surface. This is the opaque, that is which is closed. So no light will pass through this object. Okay, so light instant and reflected back. And this point will be called as plane of reflection or boundary. This is called boundary which separate the 2 mediums. Boundary of or plane of reflection. Okay, now when the light, let's here, this is taking one light ray, because in this chapter we are discussing about particle nature. That is, particles are moving in a straight line, that we in like a race. Okay, like a race. So So here we are seeing that one part ray, which light ray. So this is called incident ray. This is called incident ray. It is incidenting at one point on a plane of reflection or on boundary. So this point is called point of incident. Remember, these are all terms you should remember throughout this chapter. Incident ray, point of incident on a boundary. If you make one normal at this point of incident, this is called normal of the plane reflection or normal of the boundary. This we call normal to the boundary. Okay. So this is plane of reflection, incident ray. This is normal to the boundary. So there is this which make the 90 degrees with the plane of reflection. Now here, so when the light incident on the reflecting surface, what happened? It reflected back into the same medium. Reflected back into the same medium. Reflected back into the same medium. Now come to the definition of reflection. What is reflection? When the light incident on the reflecting surface at a boundary, it reflected back into the same medium. So this phenomenon we call as reflection. Okay, understand? When the light incident on the reflecting surface at the boundary, at the point of incident at the boundary, and that incident light is reflected back, okay, into the same medium, not another medium, into the same medium. This phenomenon is called the reflection of light. Got it? Now here are some points. So here angle of incident. Okay, so we should discuss about angle of incident. Here when the light incident at a particular point, and this is a normal of the plane, and the angle made by the incident ray with normal we call indicating with I, and this I refers what? Angle of incident or incident angle. Remember it, very important. These terms you should remember. Okay. So the angle made by the incident ray, with the normal. With the normal we call as, we indicating with the I, and this I we call as angle of incident. Okay. Next, coming to now here reflecting. This we call reflected ray. And the angle made by the reflected ray, okay, reflected ray with normal, we are taking it as a capital R. Sometimes we can use small r also, but better to use capital R, because small r we are using for refraction case. Okay, but I am using a capital R. Okay, a capital R is the angle. What is that? Which angle? Angle made by the reflected ray with normal. With respect to normal. Remember everything, both cases with respect to normal angle. So this R we call as angle of reflection. Angle of reflection. Angle of incident, angle of reflection. Next, another point. Okay, suppose, assume that if this object, that is plane of reflection or reflecting surface is not there, what happens? The ray will pass in a straight line, right? Ray will pass as like this. Okay, just a minute. This is the actual path of the incident ray, actual path. So by keeping off reflecting surface, it will not passing through the reflecting surface, so it reflecting back into the same medium, right? So this is the actual path. Now, by keeping off one reflecting plane or reflecting medium between the or in the path of incident ray, what happens? It's reflecting back, right? So this is the actual path. By keeping off plane, it is reflecting. So that is deviating, right? Okay. This is the actual path. Now it is deviating to other direction. Now the angle made by the angle made by the reflector, or the angle between the reflector ray to incident direction or ray of incident, okay, direction or actual path of the incident ray. This is the actual path. Remember, incident ray is moving in this direction. This we call actual path of the incident ray. Actual path of incident ray. So, because by keeping off reflecting surface, it is deviating. It is deviating, or if passing, it is not following the actual path. It is deviating to another path. So that's why the angle between the reflected ray to actual path of the incident ray we called delta. So this delta we called as angle of deviation. Angle of deviation. Remember, delta, angle of deviation, we are indicating with delta. I is what? Angle of incident. The incident ray is making angle with normal. R, capital R is the angle of reflection. The reflector ray is making angle with normal. And deviation, delta is angle of deviation. That is nothing but the angle between the reflected ray to actual path of the incident light. Actual path of the incident. That we call as delta. Okay. So there is a one more term. Okay. I, R, delta. Incident ray, reflected ray, normal and plane of reflection. Right? Next. So there is a one more angle here. This is I'm taking. What is this angle? This is called angle of glancing. Angle of glancing. Angle of glancing. So we can indicate it with any term, theta or pi or anything. Okay. So what is angle of glancing? Angle of glancing, define that the angle between or angle made by the incident ray with plane of reflection or plane of incident. Understand? These are plane of incident ray or boundary or plane of reflection. So the angle made by incident ray, okay, with the angle made with plane of reflection or plane of incident or boundary. This is called angle of glancing. Okay, here I am indicating with pi. Indicating with pi. So the pi is, or you can refer like, please. Pi refers that what? Pi refers what? Angle of glancing. That is angle made by the incident ray with plane of reflection. Plane of reflection. So that also we can refer like this. 90 minus pi. That is, this is the angle between the normal to plane of the reflection is 90. Here I is what? Angle of incident. So how can we define or how can write the pi value? 90 minus I. So in the total 90, if you remove I, we will get the angle of glancing. This will not reach. These are the points, okay, during reflection. Definition of reflection. So what is reflection? When the light incident on the one surface is reflected back into the same medium, that we call reflection. Okay, and the points, angle of incident, ray of incident, normal, reflected ray, angle of incident, angle of reflection, deviation angle, okay, angle of glancing. Clear? So please make a note of it. So let's we go to the next one. Please. Clear? That's it. So already given in notes also. Next topic. Loss. What? Loss of reflection. So clear data what I am discussing that are given in notes. So coming to the next topic, reflection. We discussed about reflection and some points in that during the reflection. Now coming to loss. Loss of reflection. Okay, first let's see. I will take the diagram here. This is one reflecting surface. Okay, angle of ray of incident or incident ray. Incident ray. This is normal. Normal of the incident or boundary or plane of reflection, and this we call what we call I. That is angle of incident, and it reflected back into the same medium, and this is called reflected ray, incident ray, reflected ray, normal. Okay, and this we call capital R. Okay, and this we call point of incident, and this is what? Plane of incident or plane of reflection. Now, first law. What? First law of reflection. The first law of reflection that tells that The angle made by the incident ray with normal, what did we call it is incident angle. Understand? The incident angle, that is I. The angle made by the incident ray with normal at a point of incident. At a point of incident, also we can mention it as an angle I. Angle I. That is incident angle is always equals to angle of reflection. What is? So simple word, in first law of reflection, the incident angle is always equals to reflected angle, or the angle of incident always is equals to angle of reflection. Simple term. Angle I is equals to angle. So if the ray incident by 30 degrees, it reflected back with 30 degrees. Got it now? How to measure this angle? This angle always from normal, not from horizontal. Okay? Already given that what is I. Okay? Angle made by the incident ray with normal and reflected ray. Angle made by the reflected ray with normal. This is the angle I and R. This I and R is always equal during the reflection. Clear? Next. Second point. First point is what? Angle of incident is always equals to angle of reflection. What is second point? Now, these are the three rays. Next, the incident ray. Next, reflected ray, which is this one. Incident ray, reflected ray. Next, normal of the plane. Normal of the plane. Incident ray, reflected ray, normal of the plane. These three are lies in the same plane or same medium. Okay. For example, this is medium 1, A. This is what? Medium 2, mirror. Just you assume that here is a mirror. Okay. So mirror is made with of glass, that is different medium, and here A. When the ray incident, light incident in a passing an incident on a mirror, okay, and reflected back into the air only, no? Again, A to A. And normal will be drawn in air only. So that's why the second law of reflection that tells that the incident ray, reflected ray and normal drawn to the reflecting surface are lies in the same medium. Same medium, remember it. So what is our two laws? Reflection, laws of reflection. The first law that tells that the angle of incident always is equals to the angle of reflection. Okay. What second law state here? The incident ray, reflected ray and normal of the plane always lies in the same medium. Right? So, this is about the laws of reflection. So this question most of the time they will ask for 2 marks now. Okay. So that's an important one. You should explain with the diagram. Okay. Please make a note. Let's will go to the few points. Okay. Note. Okay. Note. I write here. Note. See what I said. Angle of incident always is equals to angle of reflection. Okay. Next here we have to discuss about normal incident. Normal incidence. What is normal incidence? So during normal incidence, what happens? Okay, when the light, when the light incident on the object, just see I am using the same diagram. Here it is not a normal incident. Incident ray is making angles making angle I with the normal. Okay, it is not normal incident. If the light incident normal to the plane surface or reflecting surface, just imagine it. This is a mirror, the light incident like this, normal. Okay, so during the normal incident, the angle I is equals to what? 0. Understand? So this is a reflecting surface. It is not making angle. It's making it is normal. Okay, the rays makes an angle 0. That is means the ray also falling vertically downwards. Okay, so that is the incident ray and normal lies in the same line. Okay, the I value begins for 0. If I is 0, then what is R? R also 0. That is the light incident with angle 0 and it reflected with 0 angle. Got it now? So that is incident ray and reflected ray both are in a same line. So this we called as reflection or perfect reflection or principle of reversibility. Principle of reversibility. Reversibility, that is the reflected ray traces the actual path, okay, or traces back to the actual path. The light passing, okay, in particular direction, let us assume that it incident on a one surface by making angle 0 degree. That is called normally incident on the surface, okay, and reflected back in the same path, no, but in backwards, okay. So this is called reversibility, okay. So how the ray is coming, it is reflecting back in the same direction, okay. So that we call as reversibility. So this is also called normal incident. During normal incident, angle I value and R value 0, same, okay. I 0, that means that the reflection also 0. This is one note you should remember. We'll discuss too. So reflection, definition of reflection and few points in a reflection, then laws of reflection we discussed. Okay. Then so in this chapter we are taking reflection of one objects or refraction of some objects. So some important terms you should remember, and it's completely visualization without assumption, visualization, and sometimes you should draw the ray diagrams to understand that particular topic, okay. So we'll discuss the terms first, okay. What are the terms? Real and virtual. Real and virtual. What is real? What is virtual? See here, just I'll give one best example. Generally every day we are going, we are seeing, we are combing, so in front of our mirror, plane mirror. That is completely plane mirror. This I am taking plane mirror only. So this plane mirror, when you are standing in front of plane mirror, okay, what you will see? You will see your image. Okay, you will see your image. That is appears that you are inside the mirror, but it really it's not a you are not really inside. You are outside the mirror, but it's your image is there, right? So it's your image. So that is virtually you are seeing yourself. Okay, you can't see your complete body yourself because it's not possible. No, we can see any particular part, but we can't see our total body ourselves. What we are using, we can take photograph, otherwise we can capture another case. So here we are using mirrors. We are not using photos and everything. And one more best example. You are seeing me. You are not seeing really. You are seeing my image or my video. So that is virtually I am taking the class. I am not taking really. When you are physically attended in classroom, you can see me directly. So that is real. I am the real object. That's real presence. But it's not virtual presence. You can see my images. You cannot see. You are not seeing real. Okay, you can see my images which is captured by cameras. So that is virtuality. So reality and virtuality. What is reality and virtuality? So just throughout this topic, just imagine that you are standing in front of mirror. Okay. So that is an example, best example. You can easily visualize or assume. Okay. So you are standing in front of mirror. Okay. First I will say that objects and images. Object and images. So remember that next topic, object and image. What is object? What is image? Okay. Object are nothing but, see, I said that without light you can't identify any objects. Objects are nothing but which is physically present. Book object, chalk holder object, board object, chairs, TV, and what you are seeing, laptop or mobile, that is objects. You can see, you can hold that one. Really you are holding it. Okay. You can touch that. Okay, so that is our object. So objects are two types again here, real object and virtual object. So how that virtual, okay, real means you can see, but what is virtual? Okay, let's hear. First I will discuss about real object. So see here, reading of definition is very easy, you can remember it, but practically we should understand. Without understanding, no need to study anything. Okay, everything you have to visualize, you have to understand, you have to own it. Okay, So that's why I am giving you one best example. You are standing in front of mirror. Okay. Now let us say that I am standing in front of mirror. Okay. Reality. This is my object. One light incident on me first. Okay. Generally visible light, and this light is reflecting towards the mirror. Reflecting towards the mirror. So now I can see my image in the mirror, right? Okay, if the light is not there, I can't see anything in mirror because in dark room. Okay, so light incident on me because of the light, so I can see my image in mirror, right? No. Okay. If that is what sun is somewhere it is. So that is not a source of light. Now, what is your reality? In mirror, in front of mirror, I am there. So light is coming from me, not from sun here. Okay, remember it, that is secondary. For mirror, I am the source of light. Okay, sun is secondary source. Sun, if the sun is not there, I am not there. I can't see in my image and mirror, right? Okay, that is for the mirror, I am the source of light, right? That is simply the definition is what is real object. So real object are nothing but which we can capture, which we can touch physically. Okay, so the definition of real means what? Where the light, okay, light rays are emerging from. Light rays are emerging or diverging. Diverging is what? Moving out, converging, coming in. Remember these terms, diverging, so going out, okay, diverging, converging, coming in. Okay, this is okay. So in front of mirror, I am the source of light. So light is moving from me. So that is I am the real object. So real object we can physically we can touch. Right? Okay. When this is the point where the light emerges. Light actually I am using the term actual emerges from or diverges from. So actually, reality, so I am saying that. So light actually emerging from, or this is also called source of light. This is real. What is virtual? Virtual object. Okay, here light is not actually emerges from. It is appears to emerging from. Appears to. Simple. The light appears to converge or diverging from. Diverging from or emerging from, any term you can use. Emerging, diverging. Okay, so diverging from. So I'll give the example. So you are standing in front of mirror, right? You are the real object. Okay, what you are seeing, that is your image. But okay, instead of image, okay, let's see. For me, for mirror, for me, so I am the real object. That is my image. Okay, some other person is there. Okay, some other person is there. He is observing you. You are the object, and what he is seeing inside another person, right? Same your type of yours, but for him that is virtually, that is not really. Otherwise, I'll give one example. So there is a one wall. You are standing other side of the wall. One person is there, he want to see you. So there is a wall. You are standing other side of the wall, and one person is the other side of the wall. He want to see. So what he will do? He has to use one reflecting. That is like mirror. If he hold one mirror exactly at the end of the wall, he can see other side, right? Okay. So where you are, other side of the wall, that is your real object. You are the real object. But what he can see your image. For him, so that image is virtual object. So that means he is seeing virtually inside the mirror. Virtually inside the mirror. That is your other side, some other side. He can't see directly. Okay, he can't touch you. But he can see by using of mirror. So that is what he is seeing in mirror is virtually a virtual object. Okay, understand? So you are standing in front of mirror, that is you are the real object. Okay, but what you are seeing, that is not real. Okay, so that is only virtual. That is virtual object for you. Okay, so where the image will form then? That image will form in your retina. So that is object and image both are at same side. Remember this point. For a mirrors, object and images both are at same side. Okay, you are here and image also your side only. That is on the screen of retina. Right? So what you are seeing that we are saying that our image in mirror, but it's not a image that we call virtual image, and also we call virtual object. What you are real, that is showing in a mirror, that is virtually your presence. There is virtually your presence is there in that. So that virtual image. So understand. So simple in definition, what is real object? The light, the point where the light actually emerging from. Okay, so I already given note, just to go refer it. The light ray which is at, or the point from where the light actually emerging from or diverging from. Okay, next step, virtual object. What is virtual object? So it's not actually, it is not virtually, right? So the point where the light appears to emerging from or diverging from. So really the light is not coming from there. It appears to be coming from there. Okay, got it now? So you are there, your light is going from you towards the mirror, but you are seeing the light is coming from the mirror. Okay, so that is not virtually, it's a reality. Got it now? So I will draw one diagram. So this diagram we can use for all cases. So this is one mirror now. Okay, this is object. This is real object. This is a real object. You can use the same diagram for all four cases. What happens? Let one ray, okay, incident. Okay, the light ray is moving, incident on here. So two light rays I am taking. This light ray incident. So I am observing from here. Here is the observer. This is eye, symbol of eye. Here is the observer. Just imagine it, one person is here, I am exactly here. So I am observing this person. I can't see, there is a wall, let us assume that there is a wall between these two persons. Here I am there, here one object is there is a wall. I can't see this object directly. How can I see? By using a mirror. So what happens? I can't see this object here, no? But it appears to be coming from here. How it is? No? It's reflecting back. Okay, it's reflecting back like this. Because angle of incident, again angle of reflection we should apply, it reflecting back. So if the person is here, okay, person is, the observer is here, so it appears to be like this. So if you extend this rays, so this is what O dash, this I am taking O. O is a real object, different object O dash is what? Virtual. So here we can see that. Now it's here. Object is here, there is a wall, but I have to see that person or object. So what happens when the rays incident on the mirror reflected back like this. But for this observer, this object appears in a mirror. How it is? This is a ray diagram. Actual rays are, these are actual rays, but it appears to be coming from. So light ray is emerging from this actual light ray is emerging. But for him, the light is coming from O dash. So this we call virtual object. Virtual object. Where the real object? Here. But for him, the object is here. So understand now. Just coming to our example. You are in front of mirror, I said. Okay. You are the real object. Okay. Your image is forming in the mirror. And that image called as virtual object. Virtual object compulsory, if there is an object, definitely the image will form. Okay, you are the real object. Okay, exactly what forming in mirror, that is image. Okay, I will agree with that image, but that is not real image. Okay, this is called what, that is also called virtual object. Okay, that virtual object is there. So where the real image will form? The real image will form in your retina. What I say? Real object, real image, both are at same side. Real object, real image, always both are at same side. So here mirror and the real object. So real image are in the same side, right? Which is on retina. Got it? So what you are seeing in the mirror, that is virtual. So that is not real. We can't catch that. We can't capture it. Okay. So that's why real objects, real images we can capture on screen, but virtual object, virtual images we can't capture. Just I am discussing about object only. Real object, real virtual object. So example, you are here, you are real object. What you are seeing in mirror, that is virtual object. Okay. Now the second case, images, that we will discuss in next class. So just I'll repeat these topics again within short time. Then we'll go for what is real images, what is virtual images. So then we'll go enter into the topic. So few very important, what is mirrors, how many types of mirrors, okay. So the reflection from the spherical mirrors, okay, some few important points. Okay, just you refer this again, and tomorrow next session, that is Monday, Tuesday, we are going to discuss a very important and foundation for this optics. Okay, don't miss the class. So if you miss it, definitely you will, if you not yet see the videos again, that is which is uploaded in YouTube, you will not understand the further lesson. So don't miss the classes. So next class we will discuss about the remaining topic like spherical mirrors and virtual images and real images. Okay. So thank you.